Yo, I'm Little Pepper, and I just solo queued to eternity with Magik, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to hard carry any game you're in, and it wouldn't even matter how bad your team is. I love playing Magik. I think she's one of the heroes that have yet to reach their full potential, and in the right hands can be super lethal in any composition your team builds. I'm going to assume you guys know the basics and fundamentals already, so with that being said, let's dive in. Here are the topics I'll go over in the video, and I'll go through them in order. Let's start with mentality. I wanted to talk about this first because I truly believe this is the most important tip in this guide. Your job as Magik is to disrupt the flow of the game in the most effective way you can. And Magik has a lot of tools at her disposal, one of the most vital being her lifesteal. This allows you to frontline with tanks or skirmish in the big fights and live through it all. And if used correctly, can demand so much respect and space from the enemy tanks, especially if you mix in a demon too. The demon is such a huge part of Magik's kit and can even lead to unexpected kills and create so much space if it's in a well-placed spot. While yes, Magik is a good frontliner, it's not optimal to have this placed out throughout the whole game. The most success I've gotten with Magik is switching between frontlining and flanking. And one of the most hardest things about mastering Magik is knowing when to alternate between the two. It requires a little bit of awareness of what your team is doing and also the other team as well. Okay, so we learned two things we could do with Magik. So what do we do with that information? I want to introduce the idea of decoys. As Magik, it's your responsibility to create space. And in my opinion, she's one of the best heroes in the game for the job. And in a way, she's kind of like a high risk, high reward version of Captain America. Crazy, I know, but just hear me out. She has the utilities to escape and live in the enemy backline with lifesteal, but not forever. In return, she has high damage bursts that could one-shot any squishy in the game. Sounds pretty scary, huh? Well, what if I said you have the ability to let the enemy team pick their poison? Either focus you and create space, or let them fight your team. And that's kind of where I got the idea of decoys. Either you have to be a decoy and distract the enemy team by smothering the backline and quickly leaving, or have your team be the decoy and have the attention off of you so you can try to get a pick. Both of these options are great value, and I want to review some of my clips from my earlier games, so we'll dive right in. And this is a perfect example of how you can get value for your team being a decoy. So I send out a slash just to test the waters to see how they react, and they don't really pay too much mind to me. So since nobody's really focusing me and they're kind of, fighting my team, they're distracted. And you can't really hold the empty promises, you kind of have to deliver. And that's exactly what I do. They didn't give me the respect that I needed. They didn't keep me in check. And they allowed me to just wipe their whole backline because my team was doing a really good job staying alive, just engaging with them and just acting decoys. You're gonna see right here that the potential of Magik being a really good frontliner and also kind of switching it up and being a flanker at the very same time. And the way that I do that is that I set up right here. I'm kind of demanding space from the enemy tanks to not really come hug this wall. Don't get close to me or else you'll pay. The Doctor Strange, he didn't get the memo. So he just walks in and tanks my demon slashes, and also the help of my Bucky too. He shoots at him and it just demolishes his health. He didn't respect my space, and ultimately it leads to easy pickings. And there's no one here to protect him. No one's even looking at me. The thing comes in too late and my team's already pushing. I wanted to highlight this play too, because although this Groot gets a little unlucky, the walls kind of close up on him. This isn't really anything crazy, because he does get respawned here too. What's crazy is this. There's a lot of people not looking at me, which is huge, because then I can go to work. I'm gonna send out a slash just to see and test the waters to see how they react. There we go, and we got the Groot's attention. It's not the best. You always want to have multiple people looking at you, and it's kind of hard to look at you when you're kind of safe in this invisible woman ult. So there's not really much I could do. Just wait it out. It's unfortunate that I don't see this invisible woman, but I'm making my presence known now. It's kind of hard to ignore me at this point. You know, I'm going for this invisible woman. Almost kill her. Try to kill her again, but she gets away. And this is honestly fine. Because if you look right here, the Loki's looking at me, the Rocket's looking at me, and the Bucky is trying to kill me. And the invisible woman is just out of the fight completely. What does that mean? It means the Doctor Strange is kind of 1v1ing my team right now. Not a good spot for him. So if we let this play out, I get to safety, Bucky tries to chase me, and I'm already frontlining again. Bucky's been out of the fight, and now he's in a terrible spot. He's forced to use his ult. He actually gets a kill here, which is a little unfortunate. But he does pay for his bad positioning, and I begin to pop my ult too. You know, just to kind of secure the fight.
Only 60 seconds left.
And I go to work. I think, yeah, the invisible woman dies, and we win the fight. A lot of space was made there, but your teammates are never going to thank you for it. It's not exactly a stat in the stat sheets. Okay. And right here, this is kind of where my teammates, you know, we're not really doing anything. I can't really make a lot of space or else I'll be easily punished. We're kind of getting rocked. We can't move out of this place. I get clobbered. My team kind of gets destroyed here. This isn't really a big deal, actually. I go in and see if I can do anything in a different angle. We're kind of being held up in that spot, which is annoying, but a really good trick that you could do is to take the point. If nobody's on point and they're all pushed up, this is a really good way of taking space, because now everybody's running back and my teammates have time to breathe, and we push up because now they're all on point because of me. And luckily, you know, my Venom's here to help out. But I managed to escape, you know, just in time before I die. And my teammates are already pushed up. Now we're fighting. I pop my ult, but, you know, the cloak does her ult at the exact same time, which is unlucky. He misses that. But we do get the kill here too, because her ult kind of sucks though. I noticed that the Iron Fist 2 is pretty low. I got him. And they're kind of scrambling, if you notice. They didn't really know what to do after the cloak ult. They were running back on point, and they were just all come together. They were not in the positions where they would want to be. And we easily take that too, because they were just in disarray. And so now is a good time to get set up. You know, I'm relying on my teammates to be decoys. The Thing sees me, but he doesn't really want to bother with me. I try to get his attention, but to no avail. And that kind of allows me to just bother their backline. See if they're, you know, focus on me. I've missed a couple swings, but I am demanding a lot of respect here. And this isn't really an easy position to be in, and luckily they didn't even bother to focus me. And now I'm keeping their support in jail basically. In order for them to heal their team, they're gonna have to get past me.
My strength is back.
I take a health back. I kill their supports because they're not respecting me.
Double kill.
And let's review that one more time actually in a different POV to see how their team's holding up without their supports. And by now the thing's dead. Actually, let's see how he died. He just was not getting healing. And I'm pretty sure they were complaining that they were not getting healing that whole time. Magneto's getting healed, but then he stops getting healed because, well, I'm keeping the supports in jail. So they managed to get a couple healings off, but I'm already killing them. They're already dead meat. But they didn't have the utilities to be sustained. They couldn't hang in with my teammates because I was already keeping the backline occupied. And in this clip, I want to show you a route that I really like to do with Magik. I like to come up here because I feel like this provides a lot of opportunity for my team to make, or for me to make space for my team. But before I do anything, I notice that they have a rocket too, and I just assumed that they had a respawn beacon here. Really, there's not a lot of places where you could hide your respawn beacon in this map. But I have seen it been placed right here too. Odd spot, but you could use your dash and then a demon just to destroy it too. But you know, after that, I destroyed the beacon. I tried to go for the invisible woman too. Raccoon is a very hard target to focus because he's super small, and I just didn't think it was worth it. And right here, actually, this is what I wanted. I wanted the distraction. I wanted, you know, anyone that could look at me and just, you know, take their focus away from their tanks so that my team can just, you know, have the advantage in that 1v6 basically. Unfortunately, the supports are healing the tank, which is no big deal because we do have the attention of both their DPSs. So I try my best to not die. Thankfully, I get a health pack, and I was forced into this 1v1. I didn't really want to take it, especially with Bucky, but we managed to come up on top. And since we got that group pick, because we took the attention away from Bucky and Namor, my team actually got that group pick. So we push as far as we can. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, we do get that Sue Storm pick, which is awesome. And I was trying to secure that kill too. And I think right here, Magneto was in, you know, he was really in danger here, so I tried to free him. And we actually managed to get that pick on the group too, which is clutch. And we get multiple picks here, and I decide to be a little bit more aggressive. But notice how I'm not too hasty here. I could very well die by a well-placed headshot. And he also has that Sue Storm too, and he's looking at me. He's not really focused on my team or helping his tank, which is honestly pretty good. Me being here causes a lot of pressure. So he focuses me, wastes his abilities on me, and I'm pretty confident I can take him on because I noticed that the Sue Storm was focusing on, you know, the Doctor Strange that was dying. So I take this battle, I kill him, and I believe I just push cart here. I'm just chilling. You know, my tanks, they're pushing. I mean, you can make an argument that I could help them out, but I was fairly certain that they were gonna get away anyways, and I didn't want to encourage my team to overextend when we could just, you know, push cart, basically. I want to start off by saying thank you for making it to the end of the video. This video took a pretty long time to make. This is my first time ever making a video of this size and of this quality. So I was nervous at first, but I'm actually really happy with the way that it turned out. But my final thoughts. I think one of the best ways to get better at Magik is to play her in uncomfortable comps. It is not to say that swapping is a bad thing or counterplaying is a bad thing. But right now, I think my mission is to push Magik as a character just to our absolute limits. This video took a long time to make. I'm pretty tired, but leave a like, maybe subscribe. I don't know, that'd be nice. That kind of sounded condescending, but you can do whatever you want. You can even leave a dislike. I don't care. I care, but it's all right. All right. Good night. I'm going to bed.